Hi, this is Riddick Big Daddy Bo, two-time former world heavyweight champion, and you're watching Cool True Sports.
True School Sports.
True School Sports.
There you go, champ. Thank you.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, the Juggernaut, Joyce, he's had a banner year this year. He really, I think, and I'm gonna quadruple down on my statements. I really think outside of Fury and Usyk, out of every heavyweight in the world who doesn't have a belt, at this moment in time, I think Joyce is the best heavyweight in the world. I think, people had this thing about saying like Deontay Wilder would knock out everybody but Tyson Fury. I don't think Joyce is one of those guys. I think Joyce would beat the piss out of Wilder and send him home packing, honestly, if they fought. That's my opinion. But anyway, he was at the WBO convention. He had a run-in with Oleksandr Usyk, who he's been trying to get into the ring for a long time. Usyk has been avoiding Joyce for about a year now. Him and his manager made Joyce the biggest slap in the face offer I can remember in boxing, where they said that they wanted to give him a 93-7 split to fight Joyce just last year. And then they try to rationalize it, So they don't want to fight Joyce, and for good reason. Now, Joyce, in seeing Usyk, he was talking to Claudia Trejos, shout out to Claudia Trejos, and he said pretty much that just by seeing Usyk, just by the sight of him, because you got to remember, Joyce is the WBO mandatory. Just by the sight of seeing Usyk, he is motivated to kick his ass. So let's get into the quote. He said the following, and I quote, "It motivates me to kick his ass next. I'm coming for the titles. Brilliant to Usyk. It was a really dominant performance against Anthony Joshua. A great performance. Good for him. I haven't seen him face-to-face in a long time. It will be good to see him. I look forward to making that fight and seeing how all of it plays out." He then goes on by saying, and I quote, "I'm the WBO interim. If he's going to be fighting with Fury, then that means I'll be elevated to full champion. From there, I can challenge whoever. I would love to do that rematch. It's a great fight. I think I will beat his ass." Joyce on Oleksandr Usyk. Now, for those of you who don't know, Usyk and Joyce fought March of 2013 in the World Series of Boxing, which is not quite amateur boxing, and it's not professional boxing, it's like semi-pro boxing, but a lot of fighters competed in the World Series of Boxing. Filip Hrgović competed in the World Series of Boxing. So that was only a 5-round fight. It was a 5-round decision, and that's what it is. But obviously, there's much of a difference between 5 rounds in the World Series of Boxing to 12 rounds in the World Championship professional ranks of heavyweight boxing. It's just different. And with the way Joyce fights, I don't care if you're Usyk, I don't care if you're Fury, Wilder, Hrgović, whoever it is, Jared Anderson, whoever you want to name in the heavyweight division, the way he fights, whether you win, lose, or draw, if you go around with Joyce, you're going to take some punishment from him. Because the only guy that's got out that ring without being stopped and being put on their back and being folded up like a blue steel chair thus far has been Philadelphia's very own Brian Jennings. So shout out to him. Him going the distance with Joyce is looking better and better the more and more he keeps knocking guys out. But this to me is one of like the top 10 fights in boxing I want to see next year, because Tyson Fury is bipolar as hell. We don't know what we're getting from him day to day. Ideally, the undisputed fight with him and Usyk should be the main priority. But if we can't get that, then I think we need to be taking a good, hard, severe look at this fight, because I think Joyce has done more than enough to earn his shot at a world title. I mean, he destroyed Daniel Dubois when Daniel Dubois was looked at to be the next big thing in heavyweight boxing, and now Dubois is still in the process of building himself up. Joyce destroyed Joseph Parker. In my opinion, the best version of Joseph Parker that's ever existed. He hadn't lost for years. He came into the fight with a lot of confidence and fought with more courage, more gumption, and more resolve than I've ever seen him fight with a big fight in his career. And the best version of Joe Parker got folded up by Joyce. And, he's beating, Yours to Burns, Jennings, names in the division. So he's done what he needed to do, and he's working himself into the position. And I'm gonna say it like this: I like Usyk. I really haven't had a whole lot to criticize him about in his career. But if he don't fight, if he's not fighting Fury next, and he avoids that Joyce fight, then it's one of the biggest ducks in boxing, based off of the fact that Usyk and his manager Egis Klimas, they offered this guy a 93-7 split. They said, we'll fight you, but you're only getting 7% of the purse. And that's the talk, and that's the language of people who are not interested in putting a fight together. So that's the news. Joyce is making his intentions perfectly clear. He says, look, whether it's now or whether it's later, if me and Usyk get out of the ring, I will kick his ass, I will beat his ass, and I will fold him up like a blue steel chair, like The Rock, like Chris Jericho. You know, so make it that what you will. Let me know who you guys would favor. Would you favor the boxing skills, the footwork of Oleksandr Usyk, or would you favor the educated pressure and the activity and the punch count and the boulders that Joyce throws when he fights opponents? Let me know in the comments who you favor. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Just like Mayweather's uncles would say, a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. You know, you do. You've done it.
Thank you.
You about the only smart guy that I know, bro. Nobody knows shit about boxing.
I appreciate it, man.
I want to say, man, make sure to follow True School Sports, always covering boxing at the highest level, man, and make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram at Just a Kid from Danny as well.
He the plug.